going to start from the user's perspective. And here I am in Slider Posts. I'm going to create a new event for the calendar of events page. And there's only two things that are necessary. You fill in the title, new event on August 24. Okay. This is the text for the new event. You can put anything you want there. The next thing you do is you come down here to Slider Group and select Calendar. And then you come down here to Post Expirator and you select the expiration date, August 24th. Now between those two items and the content and the title, you're ready to publish. It's as easy as that. After it's published, you can review it right here. I'm going to wait for it to finish loading. Okay, I'm going to publish. And there's my new event on August 24th. And there's the text I wrote. So it's all complete. It did it automatically, added it right into the calendar, right where it belonged. There's the 23rd, 22nd, 21st. Okay, now let's back up and see what all was going on. The first thing to look at is the appearance and Aspen. Let's see, appearance, pause it, record. Okay, go to Settings and Post Expirator, and let's look at the available settings on this plugin. Basically, the general settings just give you the format for the output and what to do for the footer, the style, whether to go to a category when it changes. The big one is over here with defaults, because you can select for certain post types to have expiration dates and certain other post types to have none, to not expire whatsoever. And you can see that they start with post, and I've got that as inactive, page inactive, and you work your way down and finally get to the ATW slider post. That's active. We're going to default as a delete, but we're going to disable the auto expire, so we'll have to click on that. That will remind us to go ahead and work on it. And that's enough right there. You save your changes and we move on. That tells us what's going to happen with the expiration values. Now we're going to go back to settings and we're going to look at custom content. The custom content is a huge shortcode device for putting into individual posts, and I'm going to first start with the content tab and show you what it can do. Basically, you put the word content and you can put some parameter after that, and it will give you that content right out of the website from the database. Here we have type equals apartment, name equals Lux Suite 22, field equals rent per day. So we have a custom post type first, and then we have the name of this custom post type and the name of the page in that custom post type, and then we have a field, and in that field it will show this content right in the page. So type is the post type, name, title, or ID can be added, field is which field to display. They have a lot of examples. It goes on and on with examples. It's a little bit hard to understand unless you're a developer yourself and know a little bit of code. The loop is the way to get through all of the posts in your website, and you can select by post type, and you can go through and filter out the ones you don't want, and when you get something, then you can say what to do for each one of those post types. So you start with type, and you can say how to select them, and you can say what to do after you've selected it. So it's not very clear exactly, but here's a loop that says type is hotels, field is stars, compare not equal, value 3. So we're looking for all the post types of hotels who are not 3-star hotels. Field, compare, and value go together. Okay. This is very involved, and it just needs to be worked on a lot to make it easier to understand. But here's the general way to use it. The loop, you put all of your information on what you're going to select right in this first part of the shortcode, and then you put in what you're going to display for each item that is shown in the loop. And here we're going to show the title and the rent per day for the loop. There's an if right here that you're allowed to use in the loop, and it allows you to do one thing for one type of result and another thing for another. So they've got an if in the loop. I can't find it right off here. Let me look. I think it's right down here. Here we are. Here it is. If empty. Okay, this is a good standard example of the loop using the content and the if. If you don't find any event in this selector set, then you can print out there is no event for this category. And that way you don't have to keep going back to update whenever you run out of events. Okay, now having seen all of those, the one thing we need to look at is the code for the post expirator, because that was not clear. Oh, I want to run up here first and go to dashboard content and let you see that you can find what your content looks like in code form right here. You start with post type and you work your way down, and here is slider, meta slider, ATW slider post, and here is your ATW slider group is a taxonomy, and what it doesn't show is the expirator field. We need to know what the expirator field looks like, and so I went to the shortcode source, opened up the post expirator.php file, and I found it right here, expiration date _ expiration -date. That's the meta code for the item or the post type that is expiration date. Alright, now we're going to go look at the page where I put the code in to run this this search. It's right here. I put it under test for calendar of events. Okay, here we are. We start with loop in the shortcode. The type is the ATW slider post. The taxonomy is ATW slider group. And the value of that taxonomy is going to be calendar right there. And then we're going to sort, or we use the command order by, and this is a meta value num is what we're going to order by, and that's just the meta, and it's a number, and the key is what I found from the shortcode for the expiration, underscore expiration dash date. Okay, and then when we find one of those that fits the criteria, we're going to print the title, content field equals title. We're going to print the content, the interior part of the post, and then we're going to print some text. This event page expires on, and then we're going to print the shortcode for the expiration date that's been provided by the post expirator. Then we start with the if empty clause, and we're going to place no events. There are no upcoming events to display at this time. Please check back later, and a little picture. So that's all of it. Then you close everything out, close out the if statement, close out the loop, and that completes everything. So what you find is that in the page where there are no events, the if clause comes in and gives you this kind of a display, and if there are events, then they will be listed one after the other in sequence when they are expired.